Hi guys, welcome back to HaydenCubing, and today I'm going to teach you how to solve the 4x4 Rubik's Cube. Okay, so the first thing you should know is that before you try and solve a 4x4, you should definitely know how to solve a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. Because if you don't, you will literally get stuck on the last step, and because you, essentially, when you finish a 4x4, you will be solving it like a 3x3. So if you don't know how to solve a 3x3, you have to go learn that before you do this. Literally, you have to. So essentially the first thing we want to do is want to find white centerpieces. So these four inner pieces here are centers. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 centers on each side. And then you have pairs of edges. So this is an edge pair where we have two edges, and then we have our corners, which are on the sides like this, the tips. First thing I'm going to do is going to find where the white centers are. So here I've got two white centers here. I've got a white center here and a white center over here. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold these vertically, and we want to try and make a bar of white, another bar of white centers. So we can get this one, and we want to put it so that it can go in. So if you look at this white center, in order to get a white piece here, it's on the bottom right of the center of all the centers, the bottom right. So we put this one on the bottom right of its four centers, and then we move it down, it matches with this white center. And then we can just rotate it so that it can match with these ones, and we have our white center. So if I just do that again, to give you another example. So we want to, this center here needs its white center on the top left. So you put this one on the top left of its four. Then we match it like that. And then we just rotate this so that it can go in like that. Now the next step is to get all the yellow centers on the top. So yellow is always opposite white, which means yellow is up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to essentially, because if we move this up, we have a bar of yellow centers here. But if we just move this up, it breaks white. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to move yellow up, do a U2, which means turn the top twice, putting it over here, and then we can bring it back down. We can bring white back down. So essentially what we're going to do is going to bring it up, turn it so that it's the white's not going to break it, and then we're going to bring it back down. Now we want to find more yellow centers. So we got one here and one here. So essentially, see how these are both, this one, in order for it to be paired up, it needs to be on the bottom left. This one's already on the bottom left, so we can just pair that. And then essentially, we can't use the same trick we used before to put it up, because if we go up, turn it and bring it back down, that puts the other bar down as well. So essentially what we want to do is you want to match it so that this one is on the same layer as this one. So if we were to bring this one up, it would kick this other bar out. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring this one up, turn it twice so that it's over here, and then bring it back down. And that'll make this. So we make it so they're on the same layer, bring it up, turn it twice, and bring it back down. And that makes our yellow center. Now, essentially, the next step is just want to hold these on the left and right. So, just on the left and right, doesn't matter which one's which. But I usually keep white on the left, and I would do the same thing, because I'm going to tell you something important about the 4x4. So, essentially, on a 3x3, the centers, these pieces here, stay where they are no matter how you turn them. You'll have the color scheme. If you have white on the left, it will always be blue, orange, green, red. But on a 4x4, because it's an even layer cube, there are no pieces that stay in their correct spot. So essentially we have to actually get the color scheme right ourselves. So I put the white side on the left so that I have that same color scheme. Blue, orange, green, red. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to make blue first. So if we want to get a bar here. So if we want to do that, we want to put this one so that it can come down into that spot. And as you can see, that's not breaking up either of the white and yellow centers. Now we want to put this one vertical, because if we're only doing turns like this as to not break up the white and yellow centers, if we're only doing vertical turns, this bar will never be broken. So we can just keep turning it like this. Now the next step is to find another thing we can make a bar out of. So if we've got this blue piece here and this blue piece here, we can just turn it so that this one can come down. And then we can just rotate this and bring it up like that to make a blue center. Now, since we want to make a orange center, so because the color scheme, if you remember, goes blue, orange. So the next color is orange. So what we're going to do is we already have an orange piece here and an orange piece here. We're going to make a bar by matching those two. And then if we were to do that, this bar would stay up on the green side. So if we turn it so that it's above blue like this, and then we bring it back down, it comes down to the orange side. So we've got this bar here. So now, if we want to get this one to have a bar, we want to have that piece on the top right. We want to have it on the top right, which is here, so that it can match. Now, our other orange piece is over here, so we want to put it on the top right, like this. Now we can do an L2 to bring that there. Bring it so that it comes back. Bring it on the same left side so that it comes back, and then bring it back down. Now, essentially, this last one, we want a piece to be, where do we want the piece? We want the piece, we're going to make a bar with this one, so we want the piece to be over here to make the bar. Remember, we're turning vertically, so if we're only turning vertically, we can never get a piece here. We want a bar here. So we want to bring this piece so that it's on the bottom left, match it up, turn it, and bring it back down. So hopefully you got all that. Just fiddle around with it for a bit. Yeah, you should be able to do it. And just keep trying, and you will get it eventually. So I'm going to move on to the next step. So the next step in doing this is we want to pair up the edges, not necessarily solve them all into their correct positions, but we just want to pair them up. So essentially what we're going to do is, so we have this white and green piece here, and we have another white and green edge here. What we can do is we can just bring this one so that it's on the other side, like that. So you just want to put it down there, so it actually doesn't matter how you do it, like you can just bring it on top, bring it down, or just insert it like that. Now essentially, as you can see, if they're on different bars, so this one is on the top, this piece is on the top bar, but this piece is on the bottom bar. If they're on different bars, we can just pair them up like that. So as you can see, if we just break the center here, these get paired up like that. And we have a pair. So essentially what we can do is we can match them up, then just remove this pair by taking it out with like RU R prime. Just, you have to do it like RU R prime or something like that, because if you just take it out like that, it twists this center. We don't want that. So just do like RU R prime, and then that will be out of the way, and then we can just restore all the centers. So essentially the next one, we can do another one. So on this one, we put it like that. Now these are on opposite bars, so we can just match them. Do like L, U prime, L prime, U prime, L, and then restore centers. Now if we find another one, we can do another one with white on it. Like if I do these red ones here, so we got red, white, and red, white. So it is always possible to make sure they're on opposite bars, but in case they are, but that is hard to kind of figure out yourself. So in case they are on the same bar, what we can do is we can move the other bar. So they're both on the bottom bar. If we move the top bar like this, we want to move the top bar. Now we're going to do an algorithm, which is called the flipping algorithm, which goes like this. So we're going to do R, U, R prime, and then we do, if you know a sledgehammer, we do a hedge slammer actually, which goes, so if I just do that again, we do R, U, R prime, and then we do F, R prime, F prime, R. So if you don't know the notation, just I'll do it again, and you can just follow my hands until you get the hang of it. It's a pretty quick algorithm to execute once you get the hang of it. And then that's actually just flipped to this bar here. So it's flipped to that, so it's the other way around. And now this piece, when we restore the centers again, it actually comes back paired. So say we wanted to solve this white-blue pair, we could essentially just bring this one down. We'll bring it into the same layer. And now we slice the other layer, so we slice the top layer. It doesn't matter if there's another, actually, we want to make sure there's not another solved piece. So essentially, we're just going to slice, do the algorithm, R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R, and then just slice back. Now we just find another one, so we can just keep going like this. So we can do that puts them on different layers. So we're doing yellow, green here. And then we just slice them together, take it out, and slice them back. I'm going to do another one, like, just flip it over and we find another one. So we can put them in the same layer, like that, that's easy. We do a slice, the flipping algorithm, and then we slice back. So I'll just keep the flipping algorithm on the screen throughout this whole period. You can probably see that. Now we got those two, slice, flip, slice. Another one, put them on different layers. We can slice them together, take it out, replace it with, and we're going to replace it. If you just replace it with a solved edge, it doesn't work like that, because then you break that edge. So you want to make sure you replace it with an unsolved edge, so that you don't break what you've already done. Then another one. And you just keep going like this until all the edges are solved. Until you get to your last two edges. So when you have two edges left, so as you can see, we've got this edge that's unsolved, and this edge that's unsolved. So essentially what you're going to do is you want to put it in a way that the two pieces, so like this yellow-orange, you want to be on the same layer as its other yellow-orange. And the orange-green needs to be on the same layer as the orange-green. So we wanted the same pieces to be on the same layers. Then you just slice, flip, slice. And there's that done. Now you have, if we look at this, we're bringing it out of 3x3. So we have corner, edge, corner, corner, big edge, corner, edge, center edge, big center, big corner, and then corner, edge, corner. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces. Which means we can just solve this like a 3x3, but don't go away, because there are some cases that you may need to know. Okay, so say you had your color scheme wrong. So say when you started doing this, the easiest way you could probably see this is once we had finished our cross, and then like say you used the beginner method and you inserted a corner like this, and the colors didn't match up. So we had green matching with orange and orange matching with green, which isn't right. What you can do here is you want to turn it sideways so that you have white and yellow on the sides. And then we do this. So we're going to do R2, B2, F2, R2, and that essentially R2, B2, F2, R2. That should make your color scheme right, and it will preserve all the edges that you've made and all that. It just may take out some of your cross pieces or F2L pairs if you've already been doing that. So say you get a case that's not possible like this, where you have 3 edges correct in your cross, in your yellow cross, but this one edge is flipped. So this can be a pretty long algorithm, but you can kind of memorize it pretty well. It's not that hard to memorize. It's long, but not hard to memorize. So essentially what you're going to do is you're going to do a wide R move, so using 2 layers. So all the R moves in this, all the R and L moves in this are going to be wide. So you're going to do R, R, U2. Then you're going to face the bottom of the cube, and you're going to do R, U2, R, U2, R prime, U2. And then you're going to do an L, U2, another R prime, U2. And then you're going to go up again with an R, U2, and then you're going to go down twice. So R prime, U2, R prime, U2. And that will have flipped your edge. So it's kind of, it goes up, and then face the bottom, up twice, then you go down, then you use the left side to go down, then you go down again, then you go up, down, down. Okay, and now you can just solve this how you normally would. So even if you're using the beginner method, I'm using CFOP here, but even if you're using the beginner method, it'll be the same thing. So if you get a case that normally would not be possible, like this here isn't a possible PLL, what you can do is you can do that. You'll have PLL parities. All these parities have a 50% chance of happening. So there's a 25% chance you get both, and a 25% chance you get none, and a 50% chance you get one of them. So essentially what you do here to solve this is you're going to do like an inner layer R2. So you're going to do inner layer R2. You can do this from any angle, by the way. So you're going to do inner layer R2, which goes like that. Then you're going to do a U2. Then you're going to do another inner layer R2. Then a wide U2 with 2 layers. Another inner layer R2. And then a wide U2. And then maybe just a U2. And then I have a T-term, which can be solved normally. So that's how you solve a 4x4. It is a little long and tedious, and it can be hard to learn at first, but I guarantee you guys will be able to learn it. I also will soon have a tutorial on 3-2-3 edge pairing, which will help you a lot in your edge pairing skills if you want to watch that. And also, if you like the video, like it, and subscribe to my channel also. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!